Hey Evolvies, what's up? Coach Brittany back at you guys with a fun video today. We have a fun interview with my old teammate, CiCi Fox. She gave us a good interview, lots of good advice, so stay tuned. All right, and welcome to our show. We have Sierra Fox with us today from BCU Women's Soccer. CiCi, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you holding up in quarantine?
Trying to get myself busy because there's not a lot of stuff to do other than, school
Right.
and physical therapy. But that's about it.
So if you guys didn't know, me and CiCi played in college together at VCU. CiCi's a little bit younger than me, so she's still there. So she's still in school, so it gives her a little something to do. Tell the kids what you're studying.
I am currently a double major, so I'm majoring in Homeland Security and Psychology with a minor in Human Resource Management. Human
Look,
Resource.
she can barely say it. That's how smart she
I
is.
know, it's so much.
Okay, well, thank you for joining us today. We just wanted to get somebody in the sports world together and get a few insights from them. So I just want to start out with, for those of us who don't know, tell us about your soccer journey.
Okay, so I started playing soccer around the age of 5. It wasn't until around 14, I think 13, 14 years old that I decided I wanted to strictly only play soccer. And so I played on a lot of different teams. And that was mainly my choice and my parents' choice, but it was my way of kind of exploring my opportunities and seeing which teams would challenge me as a player, but also as a person. And so I ranged from FOSA, which is now FFC, to PWSI, to SASA, which honestly I don't even think it's a club anymore. Not sure. When I tell you I jumped from a lot of different teams, which gave me I met a lot of new players, new coaches. So I think not being on only one team throughout my soccer career is good because I was able to meet a lot of different people, but I was also able to be coached by different people. And that was the most interesting thing because every coach has their own philosophy. And it's so crazy seeing the difference between travel coaches' philosophies in comparison to collegiate coaches. So
Right.
that's pretty much my journey now. But
What position, have you always played the same position, or were you all over the place?
girl, I've played holding midfield. I've played attacking midfield. I've played forward and now play winger at VCU. I played center back once in high school, and I played goalkeeper once during the game because we were up. But that didn't end up well. I got 4 goals scored on me, so that was very traumatic. Yeah, so I didn't go back into goal after that game.
Some people just aren't made for it, and I'm definitely not one of them.
No.
Although in another life, if I were to do it again, sign me up.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that a lot of people don't know about, which is something that you did, is reclassing. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people it's beneficial for a lot of people, but a lot of people don't know what it is. Can you explain what it is and why you did it?
Okay, so I went to a private school by the name of Fredericksburg Academy, and they introduced me after I had torn my ACL sophomore year. They introduced me to the idea of basically having an extra year of high school, which also is referred to as reclassing. And so basically, I just had an extra year of high school. I didn't fail any classes. I took more classes, which I don't really know if it helped my credits in college even to this day, but that's besides the point. But it did help me in a soccer perspective because it bought me another year to be able to reach out to coaches, considering that sophomore year is prime time for recruiting and for coaches to gain interest in you. And so it was really hard because I lost that. And so me buying myself another year to be able to not only develop as a player, but to be able to get just to reach out to different coaches and trying to see like if they hadn't closed their recruiting class yet, because that was a constant issue that I ran into, that a lot of colleges had closed their recruiting class for class of 2017, which I now was, because I originally was class of 2016.
Right. So I think it's a little bit different now, but when we were in school, we had, I mean, if you weren't, if you weren't committed, sorry, by junior year, most of the time you weren't gonna go to somewhere big, D1, D2, D3, absolutely, there were still opportunities. But for us, especially with the high caliber school that we went to, VCU, most of us were committed by junior year. So I think it's important to know, and that you realize, like, hey, sophomore year is the year that I have to really show out, and then you got hurt. And somebody gave you that opportunity to redo that year so that you still had an opportunity to look and get picked up. And I mean, I even remember when you came to camp and you still had your little brace on from me. And we were like, oh, I recognized you from PWSI because we played each other in a couple
all the time.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know she got hurt and whatever. But also, one of the things is now she's a little bit older than her class and can make some, you know, a little bit more mature, a little bit, you know, older and wiser. So I think that helped out a little bit as well. Yeah, don't you think?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So speaking of injuries, you had not one, but now you're on your second ACL. What are you, 2 or 3 weeks out? 2.
I'm actually 2 weeks. This Tuesday was 2 weeks. So.
Yeah. So opposite legs. Okay.
Opposite
2 different times. What would you say is what kept you motivated, and who kept you motivated through not 1 now, but 2 ACLs? And we're still nice and early on your second one, so obviously there's still some work to be done. But
yeah,
very, very positive outlook on this one so far.
I think what mainly kept me motivated was the passion I have for the game. I don't think the passion I have for the game can ever be questioned by anyone, and I want it to be that way. And that's honestly all I had when I first tore my ACL. I had my family, but at the time I wasn't on a soccer team because I was actually at a time where I was going to switch to a different team. And then the timing of me tearing my ACL was like, bro, I'm not even on a team anymore. So I didn't have my teammates around me to support me through that. So it was mainly just my family. I prayed a lot, and it was just me trying to mentally, you know, be able to accept the situation for what it honestly was.
Right.
And it's a little bit, sorry.
Especially just for the level that we played, it is something that we do, especially once we got to college, every single day. Every single day, either working out or playing or both, and then to go through something that you can't do it at all. I mean, at all for 9 months. So I think, you know, it's very difficult to go through.
It's very hard going from like every day, like lifting, practicing, to just not even like, I literally had to email my strength and conditioning coach because he sent out a spring packet and so many exercises I cannot do. Like he was saying like broad jumps, squats. I mean, I could attempt to do a single leg squat, but like I'm scared right now. I'm too early. But he was nice enough to send me exercises that he knew I could do.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. I mean, that's something that me and her have in common. A couple knee surgeries between us. I think we have 6 between us.
That's too big.
So many. 4 for me, 2 for her. If you guys ever go through anything similar, we know.
Oh yeah.
We've been through it. Okay. So moving on. Obviously you play at VCU now.
Mm-hmm.
What is your piece of advice for somebody who wants to play college soccer or sports in general in college? What's your advice to them?
I would say stick with the process. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs regardless of what sport you're playing, whether it's soccer, basketball, field hockey, volleyball, whatever the case may be. you will come across moments where you will fail, and it is okay to fail. But like, you have to, don't be afraid to be honest with yourself and accept the failures, but you have to be able to move on from those failures. So also, like, when it comes to like the, the health stuff, like, listen to your body. Like, when it comes to doing like extra training sessions, like, I always say productivity is so much better than quantity, because you could have a 30-minute session and that could be so much more productive than you doing 3 days and burning your body out for no reason.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
That's smart. Very smart. Um, Staying on the topic of advice, would you handle a bad teammate or a teammate that's pretty negative? What's your advice for dealing with that?
I would say to not let their negativity affect your thoughts or your actions. And depending on the type of person that you are, you could confront them maybe and be like, hey, let's see the positive sides of things. Whether it's like, for example, like conditioning. Not everybody is a big fan of, hey, let's get online. But I think changing your mindset and your approach to be like, hey, this will set us up for being able to withstand a 90-minute game in the future. Like, I guess just finding the, what do you say, the sunshine in the clouds. What's the saying?
Finding the light in the darkness. I was always the not find the light in the darkness. I was always like, the sooner we get this done, the sooner I can be done with it. Like, let's go ahead and knock it out, and then we can move on. I was always that. So, on top of that, how do you stay positive, not only when things are going like very well for you, but when things are not going well? How do you stay positive?
Oh, that honestly has been a struggle for me in college, but like, I think throughout the years, I have learned to not only obviously be positive when everything's going, good, but I think the hardest is trying to be positive in those moments where it's like things are just not going your way. And that's honestly, I could see my mentality shift once I realized that I needed to balance. Like, I can't always wear my heart on my sleeve. Yes, I might not be happy about, playing time or the way I played at practice that day, but how am I able to, change the page? What can I do? How can I control what is the present and not let my attitude overall not only affect me, but affect the people around me? So
yeah. I think you've said this before, control your controllables.
Yes.
You even told me that before. Now too, with being hurt and not being able to contribute, a lot of the things that you notice being on a team is negativity spreads no matter what. So if one person's down because of something that's happening to them, everybody's going to be down. So even if you're having like a really rough day, being able to put that aside for 90 minutes to 2 hours, whatever you're out for that day, and just super positive, even if you're fake it until you make it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Let's do last one. Okay. What is your greatest memory playing soccer, whether that be a playing memory, being on a team memory, or like, do you have both? And it doesn't have to be with me. Don't worry.
Girl. My memory is not the best. I think this is fresh in my brain though, because I was thinking about this the other day, was my game-winning header against Duquesne. I think that was one of, the best moments or the happiest moments I've had in my collegiate career so far, because like, we really needed to win that game to set us up for the tournament, to just put ourselves into a better position for the tournament. And so like, me being able to help my team, I was like the shortest person on the team now. I felt like Chicken Little. Like, I felt like,
what did you say, Chicken Little?
Yeah, you never watched the movie where he just champion, like when he started singing?
My gosh.
Sorry, that's a bit much, but that's how I felt in the moment. So
Yeah, I think that's one of those moments where like all your hard work pays off.
exactly.
Yeah. Me and CiCi, when I got hurt, it was a time at the beginning of CiCi's career, like freshman year, where she wasn't getting as much playing time, but was still getting, playing time. And I was hurt, so I wasn't playing. And we would stand on the sidelines and we would just, like we were cheering so aggressively and like trying to outdo each other and like just hollering on the sidelines. And that was like a fun memory for me because I know it was a hard time for me personally being hurt and not the best for you because obviously you weren't getting as much time as you have gotten now, but just to have some fun on the sidelines. And we made vlogs. Yeah, if you haven't seen our vlogs yet, go check them out. They're on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about those.
So funny. I watch those every once in a while. But yeah, well, I appreciate you joining us. Guys, if you don't keep up with VC Women's Soccer, please do it. CiCi is 1 more year, 2 more years, 1 more year.
Well, not this. I won't be playing this season. But another year.
Yeah, another year. And then, we're both out of there, grown up adults. Hopefully we'll see one of you guys there at VCU through all of our recruitment. But I appreciate you joining us. Anything else you want to say to the kids?
Thanks for having me. I would say utilize this time now because this is honestly the best time to literally best time for self-improvement, whether that's academically, athletically, everything, or just yourself. Get some me time, just work on yourself. So use this time.
Really nothing else to do. CiCi is making me work out every day. It's terrible.
Ready for that fitness test. I'm coming for you.
She's like, you're getting back in shape right now. So you better work out every day. I'm like, oh my gosh. But guys, thanks for joining us. We will see you guys in the next one. All right, guys, so that's it. That was a fun interview to do, especially with it being one of my old teammates. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys got a lot of good advice and got to learn a little bit about CiCi. And you guys might see her around. She does some of our social media if you haven't already. So if you see her, make sure you say hi. Thanks for watching, you guys, and make sure that you subscribe to our channel before you leave. You like this video and you hit that bell so you can get notifications every time we post something new. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.